Well, congratulations. You've gotten to the last thing that we're going to do this quarter, and it's going to be a World War I project. And instead of having you write a paper or do something like that on the computer, I want you to do something really creative and super, super cool. You're going to have a chance to be able to use a number of different digital software that you feel most comfortable with. I listed that on the previous assignment. Feel free to use any one of those, whatever you're most comfortable with. What I want you to do is to create something that is so cool that you're going to make it into the Dickey Hall of Fame on my YouTube channel because I want to put it there. And also, too, I want to put you in the Hall of Fame folder that I'm going to put on Schoology, too. So all my students will have a chance to be able to see examples of just really fantastic, great work. Now, your project, you're going to answer only one of the following big questions. Number one, what were the causes of World War I? Number two, you could also answer who was the Black Hand, and how did these knuckleheads, how did they help jumpstart World War I and get the whole world fighting with each other? You can also talk about what was the role that alliances that countries had with each other. What role did the alliances play in causing World War I? Or also, too, you can talk about why did the U.S. first stay neutral and then join the war? Because remember, we didn't jump in the war right away. It was going on for quite some time, and then we eventually get into war. And then you can choose the last one here if you like. What were some of the hardships that soldiers faced? Some things that were new to warfare in World War I. So choose whatever one of those you think that you want to choose. It's totally up to you. You can choose that. And in fact, if you come up with a different idea, run it by me because there's a pretty good chance I'll say yes to it. But those are 5 that you can use from. Like I mentioned, this is going to be a digital project. Use the online software we've used for previous assignments like Adobe Voice, Powtoon. You could use VideoScribe, which I showed you an example the other day in class. That's a super cool one. Or you can use iMovie for if you have an iPhone and you want to use iMovie on that. They're all pretty easy programs to use, and they're all free, so you don't need to buy anything. Some helpful advice. You've already done this. Hopefully you've already done this. Create a script for your digital project. I want you to read off of the script. It will help you time yourself. And because I want this project to be no less than 3 minutes, but no more than 5 minutes. Okay, so keep that in mind. You'll need about 3 minutes to explain this to me, but no more than 5 minutes. I don't want you to go on for 20 minutes. Now here's how you're going to be graded on this. I've got all these different things that I'm going to look for in this scoring guide. I'm going to look for content knowledge. And if you score the highest on this means there's significant, relevant, compelling details and facts that support your position, as well as I'm going to score you on evidence of genuine new learning so that others watching this, they will find that work is useful and they'll benefit from that presentation. So keep in mind that whoever's going to watch this, they know nothing about this, so you're going to have a chance to teach them. There'll be a total of 10 points, 5 for this and 5 for that on the content knowledge. I'm also going to look at your format structure. Are there highly effective sequence that's clearly, basically do your slides move from one slide to another, and do they make sense from one slide to another? And also, too, don't just leave me hanging. Have something that wraps it up. Have a convincing, compelling ending to your presentation. Now, this is going to have voice on it, so do you have, are you using good pace, good tone in your voice? And is there the information that you present? Is it significant? Does it have meaning? The image. Make sure that the images that you choose, that they're relevant, that they make sense, that they actually back up the things that you're saying in your script. And also, images are highly engaging for the content or audience. Again, make sure that they're relevant, that the images you choose actually make sense. There'll be a total of 10 points each for those, or excuse me, 5 points each for those. And then overall design. Is your design, does it have visual appeal to the audience? And there'll be a total of 5 points possible for that as well too. Now what I'll do, I'll total all these things up. I'll give you points for all these different categories depending on how good your presentation is. I'll add those points up, and then I will multiply that by 2. And so the total project will be worth a maximum of 90 points. So do your best. You will do a great job. And again, as always, as you're working through this, as you have questions, talk to me in class, or feel free to send me a message on Schoology, a direct message on Schoology, and I will help you out. Don't forget, this is due, the last day of school, which is December 19th. This is due. at 2:45 in the afternoon. So when we go home for Christmas break, all your assignments are done and completed. Good luck. Go get them.